In our last class, we have discussed about the provisions of federation that is given in our constitution, and today we will be discussing about the practices or nature of democratic practices that makes India a federal country. Here we will be analyzing three important aspects, three important practices that we followed in our country. First one is formation of linguistic states, second one is the language policy, and the third one the center-state relationships. Take page number 18 and 19 in your textbook, and in page number 19 you will see the formation of linguistic states. There you can read that in 1947 the states were reorganized. Several old states of India were changed and new ones were created. And here most of the states are formed on the basis of language spoken there, but in some cases some states are formed on the basis of culture, ethnicity and geographic reasons. And the process is still continuing. And this has contributed to the integration of our country and also to protect the diversity. As we have learned in the first chapter, if we are not accommodating the differences, it will result in the disintegration of the country. So in order to avoid that, even now new states are being created. The second major test for Indian Federation was the language or the common language, and initially it was decided that Hindi can be accepted as the national language, but later on the administrators, the government was able to realize the fact that it is not familiar to large number of people who are living in the southern part of India. So it is agreed that English also can be used for official purposes. It can be the court language and the language for administration. And apart from that, we have a scheduled list of languages which includes 21 languages, and it is given in the constitution. Any candidate who is appearing for any national level test can opt to write in any of these three languages. The center-state relations, that is the third subtopic which comes under this heading. There are three different situations given. One, the same party is ruling in the center and in the state. In that case, the central government will be more powerful because state government will not have any demands or wishes which goes against the interest of the central government. Then the second situation is two different political parties are ruling in the center and in the state. Here also there is a possibility of misuse of power by the central government. Whatever the state governments are demanding, the central governments may not give that. And the third situation is the government formed on the basis of alliances. You know that if a single party is not able to win majority, parties having similar ideologies join together and form alliances, and that type of government is known as a coalition government. In that type, power sharing will be better.